What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Liz. I moved here from Mississippi. So I guess I could say I'm from Mississippi. I've been living here in Albuquerque for about a year.
Nice, okay. Awesome. What resource are you involved in?
I am an OLA, which is an online learning assistant for CAPS here at UNM. And the CAPS is the Center for Academic Program Support.
All right. What purpose do you believe your resource has?
So the purpose is basically to provide students with the tools for success in their classes. So we provide tutoring and different kinds of help, and we also hope to teach students things like how to study and how to learn so that they can apply that to all of their classes.
Awesome. Okay. Where is CAPS located? Where can someone go for more information?
So the physical location of the CAPS main office is the 3rd floor of Zimmerman Library. And then there's tutoring offered in some different buildings around campus. I think it's the Writing and Language Center, Mesa Vista Hall, the Humanities Building, and then the LGBTQ Resource Center. And then to get more information right now would be the CAPS website. Their website's really easy to use, so students or other people can get on there pretty easily and find more information.
Awesome. Thank you. How long have you been working for CAPS?
I just started this year, or this semester, so just a few weeks.
Cool. What is something that you admire about yourself that you'd like others to know?
So I've been a grad student for a year now, and in the beginning, sorry, you're gonna get this on video. In the beginning, stop that. In the beginning, I was like working all the time. I set no boundaries. It was just like school and work and nothing else. And so I really figured out the work-life balance, I think, especially now that I'm working from home. There's like no boundaries. There's no separation between work and my personal life. Mm-hmm. So I have certain boundaries, like I do not work at all on Saturdays. I don't answer emails like past a certain time in the day, usually like around 6. I tell myself that I'm done for the day. So I think I've gotten a lot better about setting boundaries for myself with work and life.
I definitely need to do that. Let's see. Are you a part of any other clubs or groups?
I am the social chair for BGSA, which is the Biology Graduate Student Association. So I have the responsibility this year to plan all of our social events, which has to be completely virtual. So when I accepted the position, I was excited to plan some fun events, and then it turned into only virtual events. So that's been a challenge.
Yeah.
But other than that, not really a part of anything. I'm looking to become parts of different organizations. I'm just still learning my way around campus.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. What's your personal goals or goal while working in CAPS?
So my goal aligns with the CAPS goal, which is student success. I want to help students succeed. And so by doing that, I don't want to just like help them pass the class. I want to help students, like I said earlier, learn how to study, learn how to learn.
Yes.
You know, like it's very hard to, for example, in this biology class, we're given so much information. It's really hard to pick out what's important and how to memorize it and how to apply it. Mm-hmm. So I'm really working on being able to communicate that to you guys. And then a more personal goal also is my communication skills. You know, I've been a TA for this class for a year. So I've already really improved those skills, but I'm still working. You know, we all, like all professors and teachers, are always working on how to like communicate such hard subjects in an easy to understand way.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you because you definitely helped me in biology, improve my studying.
Yeah, hopefully that continues. I'm getting better, I think, every week. So
I appreciate it. What does a normal day working for CAPS look like?
I can't say what it looked like pre-COVID, but now, as far as my schedule and most other employee schedules, we have our working hours. And so CAPS employees are only supposed to work within those scheduled hours. It's like if you work at a restaurant, they schedule you from 9 to 11. Those are the only hours that you can work. So I have to stick to my schedule somewhat. And then we have mandatory trainings every Friday from 3 to 5. And that's when all of us get together. So all of the OLAs work together for an hour. And then all CAPS and CTL employees get together for another hour. So this past week, we talked about how to be anti-racist, which of course is different than just not being a racist. So we have very group-specific training and then just broad training among everybody. So that's been really helpful.
And is there any differences between OLAs and just regular CAPS, and what are the differences?
Yeah, so that's a tough question. There's a lot of things within CAPS. So OLA is the online learning assistant, and so that's basically just people that are embedded into online classes. But then there's drop-in tutors where students can just drop into a room, some kind of virtual room, and have live tutoring. And so there's drop-in tutors, and then within the drop-in tutors, there's STEM tutors and writing tutors. Then there's SI, supplemental instructors. There's quite a few different things. There's conversation groups for those studying languages, French or Spanish. So there's quite a few different things. I would encourage you to look at the website for that because I don't remember it all off the top of my head.
Awesome, thank you. When you're not working, what do you do?
Well, I am an avid plant lover, so I spend a lot of time with houseplants and gardening. Just adopted my kitten that you saw, so that's been a lot of time. And then I love hiking and camping.
Oh, fun. All right. Before working for CAPS, have you ever used this website yourself?
What do you mean, the CAPS website?
Yeah, or the resource in general, CAPS, before working for them?
I haven't used CAPS, but CAPS is related to CTL, which is the Center for Teaching and Learning. And so I did all the coursework and training required to get my teaching certificate. So that was a few different classes and seminars I had to go to. So kind of, not really, but kind of related.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question.
That does, thank you. And then, have you noticed any difference with the way CAPS has operated due to COVID?
I can't tell you firsthand since I just started, but I've heard a lot of people talking about how it's a lot harder to interact with students now when it's just all online. There's no face-to-face. A lot of times students will just have their cameras and stuff off, which is fine, but you don't get the same level of interaction that you would have before. And they talked about how before students could just come into the physical CAPS office and you would get to interact with them face-to-face. And now we're having issues if a student wants to do a drop-in tutoring session, well then they can't find the right link or their Wi-Fi goes out. So I guess those are some differences.
Yeah.
But as far as my position, OLA, it's about the same.
Cool. What is one thing people might not know about your program?
That's a good question. I don't really know since I just started. I guess something I didn't know, this is just a fun thing. Apparently they offer food at all the trainings and really nice catered food. For example, previous years they've had Rude Boy cookies and all this stuff. I don't know if that's a good answer.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can think
perfect.
of.
That is perfect, thank you. How effective is CAPS? Do you believe it's helped students?
Yeah, I think it's really effective. It's my first time, but I've heard stories of many students who have succeeded just from learning the tools that I mentioned before, like how to study, how to learn. I've heard success stories, but I can't say much since it's my first time. But yes, I do think it's effective. I've had some people reach out to me and say, so far so good. We'll see at the end of the semester.
Awesome. How is CAP's mission connected to larger issues in our society?
Oh, I saw this question and I wrote something down. So there's a lot of inequality, obviously, among students who are coming into college. So some people will come in with a great high school education, and then others will come in with maybe not as good of an education. And so the goal of CAPS, of course, is student success and giving students those tools to succeed in college, just the same as their peers would. So obviously some students are going to have to work a lot harder to get to the same place that another student started. And so our goal is to give those students those tools to get them there and hopefully to excel in those classes.
Awesome. Out of the 7 values that CAPS has, which one do you agree with the most?
I think probably the compassion part. Every student has a different story. It's really important for CAPS employees to show that compassion and empathy. When I was a TA, students were always coming to me so upset, telling me something that happened, why they couldn't turn in an assignment. And yeah, everyone's got different stories. Our job is to be understanding and give students leniency, especially right now. I love how Dr. Kennedy is giving his students leniency to just submit assignments for full credit anytime. I think it's really important. So I think compassion is probably the most important because it makes students feel comfortable, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Last question. What type of learning strategies do you recommend?
Ooh, good question. So I don't think that just reading something or watching a video is really going to solidify the material in your brain. So I always recommend turning it into a game somehow. That's why I started making Quizlets, because you can use the flashcards as a game. You need to be able to apply it firsthand. So when I TA, I like to do Kahoots when we're in person. I can't do that with this class because it has to be synchronous. But turning it into a game always seems to help solidify it in student brains.
Awesome.
I'll probably give you a better answer later on, but that's what I'm thinking of right now.
All right. Well, if you do, I can send you the questions, and if